Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Maxine Fernip, and this is my battle for Week 5 of Season 7 of the NPL Majors. This week I'm going up against David and his FC Popplio, aka Magic. He's taking over for Seb, who had to drop after 2 weeks due to, I think, personal reasons. But that's okay, because we got David coming in, and David is a cool guy. So David has lost the past 2 games since, but they're both pretty close. So David's still a really good player. He placed really well in minors last season. He got 4th, so he did well last season. And we got the battle here, as you can see. Now I am doing a post-com, not a live com, because this game was a long one. The footage I had was about an hour and 5 minutes, maybe like 6 or 7 minutes, because it was a very long battle. I think 84 turns, something around there. So it was quite a doozy, I guess. But yeah, it was a long one, so we're going to be doing a post-com. I did do my live com, but that was just so long, so we're doing a post-com. So let me actually real quick go over a couple sets that I did change real slightly. I did do the team builder, link will be down below. I put that up yesterday, hopefully by the time you see this. But yeah, so yeah, Vaporeon, you can only see like this part of the EV spread, just with how the camera is set up, or how the screen is set up, whatever. But I did put 8 in speed and take out 8 in HP, just to give me a little bit to creep. Just wanted to show you guys that, so that you know the exact set I brought in the final team. And then Snorlax, I put a little more in defense and a little less HP, just that I am guaranteed to live an Earthquake from +2 Garchomp after I take rocks or 1 layer of spikes. Because I thought my EV spread was able to do that before, but it was not. I did have like an hour between the time I finished making my team builder and the time I started the battle, so I did look over my team a bit, change a couple minor EV spreads, and I just wanted to show you guys that there. But yeah, so my team, so it's these same six you just saw. And then David brings mainly what I expect, but not exactly. It brings Klefki, Garchomp, Tornai, Mew, Houndoom, and Tangrowth. Didn't really expect Houndoom and Tangrowth. I expected Pelipper and Mega Swampert in those slots, but that's okay. Because, I mean, Houndoom, I have checks too, like Vaporeon and Togekiss and Snorlax, and then Tangrowth, I still have Venusaur, which you can 2 hits from, and Togekiss can beat it, and then Ape can do a lot, and so can Cellgore, so that's the team there, or that he's bringing, and you guys should know my team, because if you saw the team builder, then you do. But, yeah, I'll just get into the battle. So I lead Venusaur because I want to try to do Mega, and then be fatter and stuff, but he does lead Torn like I kind of thought he might, so I kind of have to switch there, because he... if he does click Hurricane, which I don't expect, but if he does, then if he's a Life Orb, he most likely kills Venu, which I cannot have. So I do switch into Vape as he does U-turn, so that's what I expected, but looks like he was hasty, no attack, and not Life Orb, so good to note. So he could still be Specs, but he's not Life Orb. So this battle was pretty long, so I'll try not to explain stuff that isn't super important. But yeah, so let's... I mean, once we get into turn maybe 15 or so, then it gets really, it really starts to get... Shit, did not mean to hit that. Really starts to get into a cycle and then just repeat. I did not mean to hit the reset, but yeah, so you can rewatch that. Anyways, so I bring in Ape as he clicks spikes. Right, so then I click U-turn, predicting the switch, and I get that right. So he does bring in Garchomp, I take some chip, take some rough skin, but no Rocky Helmet, so he's not super defensive. Looks like he's offensive based on the spread. I'll put it on normal for now, but once we get like into the part that's just a cycle, I'll put it on fast. Anyway, so he goes into... This feels really slow. It feels really slow on normal, so I'm just going to put it on fast. And I don't need to explain every turn super in-depth. But yeah, so I just Wish Pass, and I can bring in Venu, as he can just do whatever. He clicks Knockoff, so it doesn't really affect Venu, because no item. Or because Mega Stones can't be knocked off. So this is my chance to go for my Mega. I think I click Toxic. No, I click Giga Drain. Just scouting with Klefki set, looks bit F, we see lefties. Good to know. So I do have my Sunny Day Weather Ball, but I do want to try to keep that in the back and try to make him think that I cannot hit his Klefki, and I want to lure him into a false sense of security. And I think now that I've switched out with Venusaur, it makes it seem like I don't have much to hit Klefki. So I'm trying to keep that in the back, trying to just see what he's going to do. But yeah, so I bring in Togekiss. Or yeah, I double into Togekiss as he doubles into Torn. So that's fine for me though, because Togekiss can take a hit from Torn. I can just default get 1 spike away. I don't like having that spike up. I know he can set up more with Klefki, and Klefki can switch into Togekiss if they don't have Flamethrower, but still, I just want to keep hazards away. So he does T-Wave, but I do have Heal Bell, so that's not the worst thing. If I can find a chance later to Heal Bell with Togekiss, it's not terrible. So here he goes into Tangrowth, so I click U-turn again. He looks to be physically defensive. He's not quite max Fizz Def, it looked like. Or at least later we get a bit higher of a roll, and you'll see he's not max Fizz Def. But I do land a Toxic on the Torm, which is pretty cool. So here he does just click Hurricane, I guess in case if I wanted to stand. Does get the Confusion, which is a little annoying, so I'm going to switch out because I don't want to hit myself in Confusion, because that would just be annoying. And so I do go into Vape as he brings in Klefki. So I'm just going to go for Surf, get off some damage, and I guess Scout has said a little more, but we already know he's a def, so that's good to know. So here I can just Sober Wish and just pass right into Venu. Same thing, we're starting to get into that cycle. So here, he did, wait, no, did he double? Yeah, no, he did double on my switch into Venus. That was a good play on his part. So I have to go right into my Lax, which should be able to take hits from this, but he goes for Nasty Plot, which shows he's more offensive, and this could be spookier. So, I just go for Facade, because I only have 2 moves, my other move is Last Resort, so I can't go for that yet. So Facade, we go for that on Tangrowth, he's physically defensive. Okay, so I bring in Venusaur as he brings in Klefki again. So, I think now I go for Sunny Day, as I do. So, I'm thinking, okay, he could Scout for Weather Ball, or could predict it, so he might go into Houndoom. So I'm going to go for Toxic right here, predicting the Houndoom, as I do get parried, which is unfortunate. I'm going to get parried eventually, and I think that was like the 3rd chance I had to get parried, so not like super ridiculous that I got parried there, but like, it would have been nice to Toxic this thing as early as possible. So he goes for talking way too fast. He goes for Overheat on the switch and Vape, and in the Sun, that still does a lot. So he specs looking at the calc, so that's spooky, but I can just open Wish, because I know I can live another hit, because you're -2, and Psychic's going to do a little bit, but I can just roar you out, because I know you're going to try to set up, or if you do try to set up. Brings in Houndoom, which is pretty ideal, so here I go into Togekiss. I'm expecting you to either go into Tangrowth or just click Dark Pulse, as you do, so that's cool. So here I can just Heal Bell, get that para off Venu, and Infernape, so that's cool. So here I go for Defog, I think, as he paras, and that kind of blows. So here I think I go for Defog and get parried again. No, I do Defog this time. Right. So that's cool. So here I bring in Infernape because, you know, Infernape's healthy, and I don't want to bring in Infernape too much when he has a Spike Up, because then Infernape is really, really easy to get whittled down, and that's just bad if Infernape can get weakened down. I mean, I could Wish Pass into it, but I want to try to keep Infernape healthy, but still play pretty aggressively with it versus the Klefki. So he goes into Tangrowth again, so I go for another U-turn. I wanted to Flare Blitz, but I didn't want him to go into Garchomp, because that Flare Blitz plus a Z, Flare Blitz does not kill the Garchomp just yet. So anyways, I bring in Venu, because, you know, we can take any hit from Tangrowth pretty much. So I go for Toxic, trying to catch some Mew. He goes into Klefki, and for it, but whatever. So I go for another Sunny Day. So at this point, so we do get off the Toxic that time. So that's cool. That'll put this thing on a timer, and then help me whittle this thing down, chip this thing down. Kind of combine both of those words there. But yeah, because this process and this cycle can keep continuing until I can weaken Houndoom and then eventually kill Houndoom. Then I can freely go for my my Sunny Day boosted Weather Ball and the Klefki, and then maybe I can get myself in a position to win with probably Selgor or Infernape. So I really need to weaken down this Houndoom, so finally getting that Toxic off on Doom was pretty key. So we do go into Vape. Flamethrower does a little bit. With my Protect, then lefties would be able to allow me to live 2 overheats, by the way. And I do Protect here again, just so that Flamethrower does not kill, as he sees that. So I do Protect now. So, here he sees that I Protect. So I think he'd seen all my other moves. I don't think he saw Protect before. Anyway, so I just throw up a Wish, as I do Protect, because, so, I thought he might Z-move here. And he could have Nasty Spotted too, but if he did go for a Z-move here, then it would be really nice to Protect. And I know I was in a call with some people after the game, and they were saying this might have been a misplay on David's part by blowing the Z-move now. Just get a crit, which is a little unfortunate, but not a big deal. But I think that play makes sense from his end, because like me going for Protect doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless if I'm predicting Z-move, which I kind of was, and I was just kind of scouting. But you know, if I thought that he wasn't Z-move, then I could live in a Psychic or live a Nasty Plot. Well, yeah. Live a Nasty Plot, but like I don't want to Protect on his Nasty Plot, so it makes sense why he did go for the Z move there. He could have maybe used it later, but I'm glad I did time I Protect well, so that's cool. So Vape's pretty healthy, is that Psychic, and the Psychic Train does a lot, but I can roar right into Tangrowth, which kind of sucks. This is the worst thing to come in, as I can just protect just to scout what he's going to do. I should have really wished there, or potentially just roared, because I thought he might have doubled. But he does nasty pods, I do wish. So I'm going to protect here to stall at Psychic Terrain, and I can get some more lefties too. And then the wish, right? So that protect made the most sense. So I take the Psychic again, and we roar, and this cycle is continuing a lot. So I don't have hazards up on his side of the field. So if I want to keep roaring and phasing things around, I want to get rocks up, but it's just a little difficult because he has spikes up on my side of the field, and I don't want him getting more spikes up and then forcing me to defog. But like, I don't want to waste my rocks and defog, but it's just difficult because like I want rocks up on his side of the field, but then I can't pressure Klefki quite as much as I need to stop him from getting up a million spikes. So he does T-Wave me, which is annoying. I could have maybe gone right into Tochkas to try to heal bell that off, as I do try to do that now, but I wanted to surf and get off some damage. So he does go for Metal Sound, which is a cool tech to see on this part, as it does Flash Cannon and do some damage. And I have to pick, do I want to defog or heal bell here? And I figure defog's more important, as he does have three layers of spikes up. So I think I need to defog because I can only do one right now. I can switch out and maybe bring this thing back in later, but it's really unfortunate though. That was a really cool tech though with the Metal Sound, because otherwise a Flash Cannon would not 2KO me, and then Tochkas could just really defog and heal bell and whatnot in Klefki's face. But that was a good tech on David's part. So I did go into Ape as he probably expected. So this time I click Flirt. No, I said a Brox. I said a Brox that time. So I'll start to weaken his team down and pressure him, and hopefully I can keep Klefki off the field from pressuring me with a million spikes. So he does go for Sludge Bomb. He's weakening down my Venu. This is a little annoying. Stuff's starting to get chipped down. Stuff is getting weakened. So he goes hard into Houndoom on my Sunny Day. I could have clicked Giga Drain, and I should have, really, in hindsight, because that play makes a lot of sense. He wouldn't really do much else. I just wanted to Sunny Day in case we did go hard into Klefki. But yeah, so I'm just going to go right into Vape as he does Dark Pulse. I can take that, and then lefties, and that's cool. So this time, I think I just throw up a Wish or Protect. I do try to Protect just to get some more lefties back, and he'll take more poison, but I should have maybe roared that turn just because. I mean, I didn't want him to Dark Pulse and me to roar and me be low, so I think Wish was the best play that turn, but that's okay. Although, right, so I protected on the switch into Mew. So this turn, I predict the Nasty Pot, and I go for the roar, but I get parried, which sucks. And I go for Protect, as he does Psychic, and I block that because Protect. So this time, I go for roar. Roar? I think I go for roar. Yeah, I do, and I'm finally able to phase him out. And we did get parried twice. No, okay, it's just one time. Okay, yeah, it's just one time. Alright. Anyways, let's continue. So now, I think I throw up a Wish, just because I know I can take hits from this and throw up my Wish right now. As I think I roared this turn, because I know I can take a hit, and that brings in Houndoom, and Houndoom dies, so... Finally, the first death of the battle only took 57 turns. Alright, so let's just kinda pause for a second and just look at what we got. So, I have a parried Vaporeon, a parried Tochkas, 2 spikes on my side of the field, rocks on his side of the field. So, Mew is almost at full. Yeah, he took 1 round of rock so far. Klefki is at full. Garchomp's at 80. Torn is, I think Torn's at full, but it's poisoned. Or it's a little less than full. And Tangrowth after regen will be at full, then rocks. So yeah, so his team is pretty healthy actually, and my team is getting pretty chipped down. Venu's at like 45. Vape's at, I think, 82. This button's blocking, I think it's 82. Tochkas is 37. Ape's almost full. Salgor is full. Still has his sash, so if I can bring it in when there are no hazards up, I can maybe use my sash, and then Snorlax is still at 88. So my team's getting more chipped down than his team is, but if I can really just weaken down Klefki, or we'll probably kill Klefki, or just get it or just get it like, yeah, really low, like 15% or so. That way my HP Electric from Salgor kills. And then as well as weaken Garchomp a bit, scout that it's not Scarfed, and then weaken Torn. Then Slugor looks like a really nice win con in the back. So Slugor is looking pretty spooky at this point. I mean, if it is Scarf Garchomp, then it's less of a threat, but still, if it's not Scarf Chomp or Scarf Torn, then Slugor is looking really nice. So he does go into Mew as I get parried and try to roar. I think this is where I get double parried as I keep trying to roar. Yeah, I get double parried this time, which really blows. So he does just keep spamming Psychic as I eventually get off my roar. I bring in Torn. So here I try to throw up a Wish, I believe, but I think I get parried. Yeah, I do. So that is unfortunate. So here, I figure, you know what? He could be scarfed, and if he is, then knockoff's not going to kill, and I can throw out my wish now. If he is not scarfed, then Assault is going to outspeed, and I will know that here. He can knock me out with a Hurricane, but Assault will outspeed, so that is good to know. And he does go for Hurricane, meaning he's not scarfed, so Assault is going to outspeed, so that's okay. So it's 5-5 now, and I bring in Assault. So here, I just go for Bug Buzz just because I figure there's pretty much no chance that it's not going to kill, because it did like 26 at the minimum. Turns out it actually was Assault Vest, so I think he had a chance to live. So I should have gone for HP Electric in hindsight, because, well, it definitely would have killed even if he's Assault Vest. That would have really sucked if he lived. Thankfully he did not. But I really should have gone for Hidden Power in hindsight, because he would have just seen that it's super effective, and could have thought that it's HP Ice, because he does have Garchomp. So he might have thought that, so Hidden Power really was a play. I just didn't want to show off a move that I thought I didn't have to show off. I mean, but, you know, Pelipper wasn't there in the first place, so I wouldn't really need HP Electric for anything else. But I guess I was trying to hide it in the back in case if he was fearing like Water Shuriken or something, if he's scarfed. Yeah, if he's like Scarf or Salad Berry, Chomper, so I don't know, I was trying to hide a move there, but in hindsight it should have clicked Hidden Power, but it did work out, thankfully. Although he was at 19%, not 20, because it showed the Bug Buzz in the chat here, it did 19.0%. So, okay. Anyways, he brings in Klefki's, I just click U-turn, no, I don't. I click Encore, thinking he'll go for a Prankster move, either Spikes to get up his third layer, T-Wave to lock me in, or to paralyze me, and then I can Encore him into that, or even Metal Sound. But he does go for Flash Cannon, the one move that I was hoping he didn't go for. He did, so that sucks. And now I just U-turn, do some damage, I guess. So I bring in Ape, Spikes or Spooky, Flash Cannon does a little more, and that's looking a little bad. Ape's getting weakened, but here I go for Flare Blitz. I think I should have gone for Z Flare Blitz there, because that would have knocked out Tangrowth. Or there would have been a roll, I think, in my favor to knock out Tangrowth. So I should have gone for Z move there, because even if it went to Chomp, that's still a lot of damage on Chomp, and I would love that. And if I was able to knock out Tangrowth, then that's really cool, because then he cannot switch out and pivot and get more health back from that stupid ability he has in regen. So I think Z Flare Blitz was the play. If he did live, it would have been on like 3% or something really low. So I could have maybe U-turned the following turn, but it's okay. So now I click Z Flare Blitz, because if I click Flare Blitz, yeah, if I click Flare Blitz here, then I'm in range to die to Spike's roll. Right now, Spikes are doing 18 to me, so, or the 2 Spikes roll. So I'm okay. So I want to keep Ape at this health and don't want to get any weakened from another Flare Blitz. So I do go for Z Flare Blitz here, so I don't take damage from it. And we do a good chunk as Garchomp switches in. So Tangrowth's going to be a little healthier as it does come back in, but Garchomp is taking a lot of damage from that. So we go right into Togekiss, expecting either a Dragon Claw or an Earthquake, as it does go right back into Tangrowth. So that is totally fine with me. Here, I think I defog. Yeah, I do. Because I wanted to get rid of the Spikes on my side of the field. I know we got rid of the Rocks on his side, but I feel like the Rocks aren't doing quite as much now, especially since both of his mons that are weak to Rocks are gone. So we did just defog there to get rid of Spikes on my side. So here, I'm expecting it's Scarf by the way he's playing it and switching it in on Ape. I think it is Scarf, so I'm going to go right into my Snorlax expecting Stone Edge. Now I think this was a bit of a misplay because I did need Lax for Mew, and if Mew was Rock Polish, which we've seen Nasty Plot and seen Psychium Z, or the Mew Z, so Mew looks offensive, and well yeah, from Calcs we can see it is offensive, so it's probably speedy, probably has Rock Polish, and I mean I thought it did, and you'll see later it might not, I don't know, we'll find out. But I should have kept Snorlax a little healthier and try to preserve it, and should have stayed in with Togekiss because I didn't really need Togekiss for much else. It helps me with Burst Tangrowth and helps me defog, whereas Klefki does have Metal Sound, so Klefki would be able to beat my Togekiss. So I should have really stayed in hindsight, but I do switch into Lax as he does set up a sub, so that is a little spooky, and he does get the Salic boost, and he does SD, so I go for Facade to break the sub. Thankfully I don't take rough skin damage from the sub. So if he goes for EQ, I live on, I think it was 1 HP, or very, very low. I live on 1%, and then I do kill him with Last Resort. Now, I was invested to live that hit, and he was Jolly, so I was guaranteed to live that hit. So even though I only lived on 1%, it was not, he did not have a chance to kill, and that was, I think, a max roll, or almost a max roll. So Snorlax was fat and was able to take that hit. Thank you, Snorlax, for being a beast. But yeah, so now it's 4-3, so things are looking okay. If it's not Rock Polish Mew, I think I can definitely win. A Cell War can win if I just get Klefki either gone or really weakened. So I bring in Venu to hopefully go for my Sunny Day Weather Ball attack, as he does go for spikes, as I try to Toxic on the Mew switch in. Doesn't happen, so I go for Sunny Day. So he keeps setting up spikes, so I go for Weather Ball. We do a lot. So here I'm thinking, okay, he's going to want to go into Mew. So I wanted to Giga Drain, get back some health, because if I Giga Drain, then I should be in range to where I can live a Psychic from Mew. And then I can do more damage to it. But he does Metal Sound and not kill me. So at this point I'm realizing he wants me to kill Klefki. So we can bring in Mew, Rock Polish, and then, well, okay, if he Rock Polishes, then he'll outspeed Ape and a Cell War. Although, well, Ape dodges spikes, so it doesn't matter at this point. But I'm thinking, okay, I was trying to think up my way. I was trying to think how I could still win this game if he's Rock Polish Mew. Now Togekiss takes about 25% from Psychic, so Togekiss is at 50 right now. So I can hopefully Roost around it and then Air Slash, and I think Togekiss can beat Mew if it does not have Roost. So I'm just gonna knock out Klefki here. If he does not have Rock Polish, then a Cell War will just win. So I'm hoping that he does not have Rock Polish. So he brings in Mew, clicks Rock Polish. Damn it. So I go for Weather Ball, because that does more than Giga Drain, and we do, you know, good damage, but he knocked me out with Psychic. So, damn. So, alright, I bring in Togekiss, this is my last chance. So, I'm just going to go for Roost here to try to stay healthy, as he whips out the Roost himself. I do get parried, which doesn't really matter, because he can just Nasty Plot, and then he can beat Togekiss here at this point. I get parried again, doesn't matter, but thanks game. And then he's going to be able to 2KO my Togekiss, this Air Slash does something. But he is Roost, so, and I don't have Nasty Plot, so he can set up right in my face, and he can just win. So, I bring in a Cell War, which just gets outsped, and then dies to Psychic, then Ape dies to Spikes. So we are going to go down in this game by a score of 2-0. So GG to David. Very well played with Mew at the end. That was very, very, very good job on your part, my good pal. So GG to David, as I've already said. Check him out, link will be down below. You can see his team, what he brought and stuff, and check out his video. But yeah, this post-com I think it was a good idea that I did a post-com, because the live com was so long and about 3 times its length. Or, actually, yeah, yeah, it was right around 3 times, I'm thinking, because 22 times 3 in math. But yeah, so we did lose 2 in a row, so we did lose to Rob last week. I was hoping to bounce back from that and get a dub here, but we do not. So we're now 3-2 with a neutral differential at 0. So I don't like the diff for my record, but this was only a 2-0, so it was still kind of close. But I mean, really, this was the same as last week in that I'm not really mad that I lost. My opponent just I don't know if I'd say out. I mean, I guess out-prepped me more so than outplayed. I don't know. I feel like I played pretty well. But I feel like there's not really a whole lot else I could have done in prep to help me here. I think really, in hindsight, the only thing I would have changed in how I would have played is I really should have kept Blacks healthy and not brought it in on Garchomp. I should have just stayed in with Togekiss, and if he did just Stone Edge and knock me out, which he could have, then I should have brought in Snorlax. But at that point, only 2 spikes were up, so Infernape could have switched in, gone for a Mach Punch, killed Garchomp. If he did sub, then if he went for sub, as I stated with Togekiss, then I could have Air Slash, broken the sub, then sacked off Togekiss to a Stone Edge, and then brought an 8-click Mach Punch. I would have died to Rough Skin, but then Garchomp's gone. Then still I do Snorlax to help me break through the Mew, although then Klefki is still annoying. I mean, maybe Venu could have beaten the Klefki, but then Mew is still scary, and if I had the full health Snorlax, I don't know if I would have been able to beat the Mew, especially with the spikes up. But yeah, because he would have been able to set up spikes versus Venusaur again, like he did. But I don't think I would have won. I mean, I don't know, I might have had a chance to win that game if I played well with Snorlax and kept it in the back instead of using it on Chomper. But I feel like I kind of did need to use it on Garchomp. But I don't know. It's alright. It's still a close game. It was a long one, 84 turns. But GG to David, as I said. So yeah, next week we do play Trev CL, the King, the previous 2-time champion. Now Gypsy is the 2-time champion. So hopefully we can beat Trev. Trev is, as of now that I'm making this video, 2-1. He's not done his week 4 game versus Shoddy yet, so I don't know. I don't know what his record is by the time you guys are going to see this. But Trev is definitely a good player. That's going to be a scary game, and he's got a scary team. But I'm hoping to bounce back and become 4-2, because that would be a big win if we can get that. This game was divisional, so that was my first divisional loss, which kind of sucks, but, you know, not the worst thing ever. And Trev is also a divisional opponent. Yeah, he is. So, I'm going to see you guys next week with the battle versus Trev. I might post-com that. I think I will. Although, yeah, I'll be on vacation when I do the battle, probably, so I think it'll have to be post-com. But, yeah, I'll see you guys at the end of the battle. Bye-bye.